I have had a reinvigorated interest in Indiana Jones, in anticipation and also in trepidation concerning the latest and probably, hopefully, last Indiana Jones movie, which will be released in a month. Well, at the end of this month, June 30th is the release date. I've become re-interested in watching those movies, which had such a huge effect on me as a child. The only genre that came ahead of Indiana Jones, as far as, firing my imagination, making me making me daydream, making me come up with scenarios and stories and stuff, was Star Wars. So Star Wars was number one, and Indiana Jones was those movies were number two. So I rewatched Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom last night, and I'm not going to talk about it right now, although I think it's an interesting movie to talk about for a lot of reasons. It was generally thought of as as a disappointment at the time, and it was criticized for its content in a lot of ways, and it is a very, very politically incorrect movie, even though this was before political correctness was a thing. But that's also something interesting about it. But I'll come back to that later. But over the course of the movie, we learn that there's this evil cult, which I think is based on an actual cult that existed in India. I don't know much about it, called the Thugi. And that might be where the word thug, I'm just guessing the etymology of thug comes from the word Thugi, because this is a very diabolical cult, which involves human sacrifice, very demonic. And we see them depicted in the movie, and their activities depicted in the movie. And so what we find out is that this cult gains a hold of people. They worship this demon, Kali Ma, which I don't know if it's the same as Kali in the Hindu tradition, or if this is some derivation of that, or some reinterpretation of Kali. I know Kali is the goddess of death. We see her with the skulls around her all the time. The scary looking goddess, with her tongue hanging out. And of course, we're in the Kali Yuga right now, right? Those of you in the know what I'm talking about. This is the Kali Yuga, the worst age. And so anyway, there's a part of the movie where we find out that if you are made to drink the blood of Kali Ma, then you come under its spell and you become just brainwashed, and you become this fanatical follower of this cult, and you lose yourself, you lose who you were before. So and it has extremely detrimental effects upon you. I thought that it might be better for those of you who are who have watched me for a while. I've referred to the jab or the vaccine as the Baj. I did that because I didn't want to I was leery of censorship, so I wanted to find a coded way to talk about it. I talked about because jab spelled backwards is Baj. It seems like it's things have opened up a bit. Where on YouTube, and they're not quite as censorious as they were before, but I still think it's good to be wary, because there's no reason to trust them at all. To trust them to uphold freedom of speech. They're not interested in freedom of speech, as they've shown. So I think it might be cool to say that if someone gets the vaccine, that they drank the blood of Kali Ma. That's the way I'm going to refer to it from now on. So lately it seems that perhaps there's some scuttlebutt, anyway, concerning the actor Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx has been in a ton of things. He's probably an A-list actor. He probably would be up there, been in a lot of action movies and things. but lately he's having some problems, some health issues, it seems. And there's an interesting confluence of things happening with Jamie Foxx. First of all, it seems that he has spoken out about Hollywood depravity. There are a few videos which you can see even here on YouTube. I'll refer you to them. I'll link them below, where he discusses the kind of stuff that he saw going on at these parties, and he couldn't believe his eyes, and you know, it was stuff involving the entertainment industry and specifically P. Diddy, P. Diddy, you know, the rapper, who kind of has a certain reputation, if you know what I mean, but I won't say any more than that, and a few other things, but also he's been suffering from these strange health problems, and it seems that, you know, there was a cover-up where they were trying to say no, Jamie Foxx is fine, don't believe everything you hear on the internet, but then Mike Tyson, of all people, in some interview let slip that that Jamie Foxx had a stroke. I'm not laughing about the stroke, I'm just laughing about how that must have sounded, you know. Oh yeah, Jamie Foxx had a stroke. Oh, I'm not supposed to say that. That's my Mike Tyson impersonation. I hope he never sees it, or else I'm a dead man. But yeah, so the rumor is, or the word is now, that he's suffering a lot of some of the same side effects, that he's, you know, there's partial paralysis and blindness. This is the scuttlebutt, anyway, that's out there right now, and I'm thinking that maybe it's possible that Jamie Foxx, even though he didn't want to, even though he apparently, from what's rumored, never wanted to drink the blood of Kali Ma, that maybe he did, in fact, wind up being put into a situation where he felt like he had to drink the blood of Kali Ma, and now he's struggling physically, and you know, has all these debilitating symptoms. So I pray that he recovers, and I pray for everybody who has who has suffered adverse effects from their ingestion of the blood of Kali Ma, and as I'm calling it now. And so if you're a praying type, maybe pray for Jamie yourself and everybody else who's in his similar circumstance, because they are out there and they don't get enough coverage. They don't get enough, people don't talk about them nearly enough. So those are my thoughts on the subject. Leave your thoughts below. Thanks for watching.